Hey everyone, and welcome to another Specky video. We're gonna have a look at a game called Bedlam, published by Go in 1988 and developed by Beam Software. And Beam Software was an Australian company. I think they both developed and published games. I do believe the publishing part changed name to Melbourne House later on, but I think they kept the name Beam Software for game development, but I'm not quite sure how all that worked. And this is a 128k game only, so I'm gonna have to be using emulation for this one, and I think this is the only exclusively released game for the 128k spectrum that I know of, on the top of my head anyway. If anyone knows of any other games, please make a comment, because it would be interesting to have a look at a couple of exclusive 128 releases. And a pretty neat looking loading screen, pretty colourful. And since this is a 128k game, we do get some YM music. So no farty beeping here. And I had some weird issues with the controls. Kempston joystick just wouldn't work, so we're going with Sinclair. And I tried using redefined keys on the keyboard, but man, that didn't work particularly well. The ship was just flying all over the place. And yeah, the controls are still really sensitive, but at least it feels a bit better. I think maybe I managed to somehow bind the keyboard controls to something that was used by the emulator, because the speed of the emulator was changing too. It was pretty weird, yeah. But this is at least a bit better. Now I have to get used to the game. And yeah, it's not going terribly well, is it? I don't like that the ship moves rather in large steps as usual, right? We do have auto fire. Oh god, really? Am I touching that? I'm not sure. The controls are damn sensitive, I must say. Can I grab that? Yeah, let's just grab that, whatever it is. Firepower, maybe? I'm gonna stay away from you guys. And yeah, the controls are still hypersensitive. Wow. What? Okay. I see. How does this work? I did see that there was a pinball game in here somehow. Okay, let's hold shift and fire off the ball here. And okay, finally I got this working. This is a bit weird, but I did see screenshots. Okay. And yeah, you couldn't use joysticks to control that, so yeah, again, the controls aren't great. Really, they are quite sensitive. But let's try this again. Let's press fire and stuff and hopefully get to play again. Come on, game, please. I'll have to say the ship looks very much like the ship from Light Force. Very, very similar. Wonder if that is a coincidence or not. But let's see if we can get any... Okay, pinball time again, but this time I know how to deal with it. So let's get a high score here. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to blasting stuff, because this is... Oh, I thought that was something I could pick up. But that was an angry skull. Tiny, angry skull. Its size was not in proportion to its anger, I'm afraid. Can I blast you? No? You can't. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that was a lizard. How intriguing. I think this game borrows quite heavily from quite a few other shooters here. But it does look rather nice. It scrolls fairly nicely, even though, again, it's a little bit rough in the controls department. It's really hard to control this little ship here. I think I would rather play Light Force, but hey, let's dive further in and see if we can... okay, you did exactly what I hoped you wouldn't. Get some more wonderful power-ups. The graphics are a little bit uneven, I must say, as well. They look kind of nice and colourful, but this background here is rather rough looking. I think I'd rather not have that. There's a bunch of arrows here, and again the controller just goes batshit crazy. I was pushing left there and I went right, or yeah, the other way around, but I don't know what's going on here. It's definitely something wonky. It could be emulation. I am using Spectaculator, but it's usually a pretty solid emulator. There's not too many issues when it comes to ZX Spectrum emulation, really. I do get some nice bonus points when I complete a whole wave of enemies. Oh, what the hell was that? I'm bouncing off things. That's probably why I get very confused at times as to what is going on. Let's go playing some pinball here and see what we can make happen. I have no idea why we are playing a pinball game here. Maybe adds power-ups, points, or just makes the game a little less repetitive. It's not a terrible pinball game, but it's not the best one on the Spectrum either, I must say. Clouds in space. Looks like clouds anyway, but maybe it's something else. And yeah, have I mentioned that I absolutely despise the controls of this game? You really should try it to get an appreciation for how this feels. And again, maybe it is emulation, maybe it's not. I would have loved to play this on a real Spectrum, but I don't have a 128K, so... And the ship just goes flying. I'm barely touching the controls, and it just keeps moving. Especially diagonals. It's like insane. There's got to be something wrong here. If you guys have played this, let me know. Is it supposed to do this? Poor lizard. But it probably deserved it, right? We can hold the... Okay, I'm bouncing off those things. That doesn't help. Now I can hold fire button and just blast stuff. That really helps a lot. Oh, am I not allowed to? Okay, I can't touch those buildings. I get it. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't even touch that? Really? Time for some relaxing pinball. I'm actually finding the pinball to be more enjoyable than the shoot 'em up. Although there could be more targets and stuff, I suppose. There's a bit of slowdown as well going on, but it's not too bad. And now I've got auto fire, so thank God for that. Should make things a little bit more manageable, I think. Okay. What? Yeah, honestly, this game is a bit poo, I must say. It needs more time in the oven. And then I bounce off those damn things and just... right into the bullet there. That's not nice, is it? Well, let's stay away from the evil things here. They do have a tiny shadow, so it kind of makes sense that I can't fly into them, I suppose. And there's an arrow. Yeah, shoot that thing. Okay. I will. Oh, we are actually getting somewhere now. And it's slowing down a bit. Let's grab... Oh, how am I supposed to know that that thing is actually spewing out bullets? Let's just assume that everything is out for my blood, shall we? Can I... can maybe... Yeah, I could grab that. That's fine. At least the enemies aren't firing projectiles, I think. That's a good thing. Oh, Mr. Boss Man, or whatever that is. Okay, you don't look too friendly, do you? Do you have a problem with a Instagrow beard, or what is going on there? Or is he puking out something? Is that an elephant, a decapitated elephant head, barfing out God knows what? Oh, I thought it was going to fire down, but of course not. Oh, balls. Okay. The ball is a bit big, but hey. Ball physics aren't terrible, as I think I've said. I kind of like this. I wish this section would have been scrolling instead, because it's kind of small and ends way too quickly. That's one of those craters again, but this time it's not firing at me. I do get a bit confused by the balls that show up when you blow up the ships here. It looks like they are projectiles, but they're just explosion balls, I suppose. And here's the boss again, Elephant Man. Very strange fella, this. And I don't get much of an indication if I'm actually damaging him or not, but hey, let's just try and avoid his drool or whatever it is that's coming out of his trunk. I don't know. Okay, now he's firing in a random direction. That's not good. I'd rather have him fire at me. That way I know that I can dodge stuff, right? Let's stay on the... okay, he just leaves. I'm sorry. I thought you would hang around for a bit so I could murder your face. Okay, I'm going to shoot you in the trunk a couple of times and see what happens. Oh, and the bullets just appear out of freaking nowhere and moves in such large steps that you have no flipping way of avoiding them. Okay, trunk face. Take that. Yeah, the graphics are not bad, but they are really uneven. I mean, this boss looks kind of interesting, although at the same time kind of terrifying and funky. No. Oh, and he's random. Why can't you just make up your flipping mind where you want to go? Yeah, I would love to have some sort of... oh, come on. He's nowhere near me.
Oh, come on. He's nowhere near me.
Absolute BS. Am I just missing something? Yeah, he's hard to defeat, this guy. And I'm not going to sacrifice my ship just to get some lousy bonus points. I'm going to be staying away from these filthy fools. Except when I don't. Okay, let's see if anything interesting happens here. There's a lot of stretches with just stars. The game seems to be doing something in the background there. What's an M? I'm not sure. And there's a definite lack of... what? How am I... as I was going to say, there's a definite lack of details in the graphics. That's kind of sad. It's just a lot of, like, you know... oh, that thing is actually holding on to a ball that is fired into my face. I see. Okay. So let's avoid that thing by just going... okay, it's actually homing. That's fun. Oh, God. And it's moving so quickly. Yeah, I hate to say it, but this game is a bit poo. It really is, because it could have been pretty nice. It's just a never-ending source of frustration, this. Could you just bugger off? What am I supposed to do with that ball thing? Okay, maybe we can trick it. Maybe it doesn't give up, ever. Or maybe it does. Okay, finally. I think I got invulnerability or something. Because I'm flashing. That's good, right? I'm gonna get bonus points and more Starfield! Okay, we get some slightly differently colored graphics here, although they do still look rather samey. And there's also a fair amount of slowdown happening here. I would like to get... okay. Yeah, this game isn't great, I must say. I mean, I think I would have been a little bit more into it back in the day, but definitely I would have said the same that I'm saying today. I think I'd rather play Light Force. It may be equally hard, or well, maybe not quite as hard. It's at least a bit more fair, but it's more fun. Or even crosswise or sidewise, that are two other really, really difficult shooters, are just more satisfying than this, because this is just difficult and kind of boring, kind of bland. So, you know what? I'm done. Game over. Let's go check out some reviews, shall we? Crush awarded the game a pretty decent score of 75%, and they wrote, "General rating. Probably Go's best release yet. The sequential and dual play options add longer lasting appeal. Sadly, only on the 128K spectrum." And one of the reviewers writes, "Control of the spacecraft is sluggish. You always seem to be forcing the joystick, and as a result the game lacks a compulsive edge. Hardened blasters probably won't find this a drawback. Others should think twice before releasing their cash." And another one of the reviewers points out that the only flaw is that the game tends to speed up and slow down. And yeah, that's also a bit annoying, I must say. And Your Sinclair awarded the game a Mega Game Award and gave it 9 out of 10. And they wrote, "The aliens all use different attack patterns, and a lot of the fun is learning the best position to be in when they arrive. Get it right, and you can sit there and shoot them like black puddings in a bath." Otherwise, Your Sinclair seems more interested in actually just describing what the game is and not being particularly critical towards it, which is, yeah, maybe a sign that they got a check with a big number on it from the publishers. Who knows? Because if you give away a Mega Game Award, you really should talk a bit more about what is fun and what isn't in the game. But hey ho, such were the times, and not much has changed. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick peek at Bedlam. Thanks for watching, and as always, hope to catch you next time. Cheers!